Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, individual. Today I would like to speak about soul depth and getting to know yourself. We human beings are immeasurably deep. We have a whole world within us that co-relate and also coexist and is in harmony with this outer spiritual world. We are normally unaware of this, but we are affected by it nonetheless. By becoming aware here and now about your emotional and your otherwise inner depth and also turbulence and movement brings about getting to know yourself. It requires you to observe yourself a little, see where you come from, see what you feel, see how you react. You can do so objectively. And by doing so, you over time, slowly but surely, as many times it's required, you slowly over time become aware of yourself constantly. Rarely do you release yourself from this present moment unless you yourself actively choose to follow a thought pattern, not a thought pattern, follow pure thoughts, actively contemplating or reflecting something. Maybe reflect on memories, maybe thinking about a solution for a problem or a challenge. There are many ways to strengthen the inner faculties for perception. And when you become aware of your own inner world, you get to know the outer world also. You get to know humankind also. Because when you think about it, you can't think outside something that doesn't exist in a sense. So if you are trying to find sides of a human being that doesn't exist, it is only an abstraction. So if you find what's universally symbolically human within you, you can find that within others too. To different variations of being put together, different experiences, different strengths when it comes to thinking, feeling and willing, temperaments and interests and so on. That is the difference between individualities. It has to do with the personal, with what we long for, what are begging, what we are more or less being beggars for, the spirit. Of course, we all have our different way of expressing this, and we all have different ways we channel this out to some specific area of life. That means if you use all your life force to one specific thing, everything else will be neglected. That means your growth, your evolution, your change, your otherwise learning and studying abilities falls away. But if you truly awaken to this moment where you can focus and prioritize things that actually matters in life, things that brings about a change, things that brings depth, things that brings understanding, then you can start to bring change to others by being an inspiration. I am only here so others can listen to me if they need to have inspiration in their life. I am here to be an esoteric scientist and to find out what it is to be human so that I can help others and the world. We need more and more of those human beings who truly value spiritual work that does not necessarily include intellectualism. This pure dead abstract thinking that doesn't necessarily have any grounds, basis or reality. It is only speculations or theories. But if you truly take time to think things through, you will come to a quick realization that everything is alive and intelligent. Everything does have roles to play, Everything comes and goes like karma, like different experiences we have to make ourselves more human. Every single experience helps with that. We are down here on this earthly evolution, and to participate in it and actually want to be of help and change on this planet, because we will evolve with this planet. By trying to detach yourself away from the evolution, you're trying to bring yourself to a new evolutionary line when you have been here for thousands of years. It is kind of hard because you will have to pay all your karma for all your lives. And then you are free to choose what you can do. You see, it has to do with attachments and karma and results of deeds we have done in earlier life. And we choose to come down again to make amends. Plus also set forth a certain path and journey for ourselves. We all do. But it just requires a little faith when we study these things. And also the right material to build your instrument for perception. It doesn't matter how evolved we are clairvoyantly if we do not know what clairvoyance is, how it is used, and how well versed we are with it. It requires that underlying knowledge of why we do things. When we have that why, you have a certain foundation that can't be broken, because every day you work towards something. There is no exception. And by doing so, you strengthen yourself. By doing so, you, over time, the longer you do it, the more you see this curve of change and results of your spiritual work. And the more you see the change, the more, this is not the right word to use, but this is the best expression of feeling you get, addicting. Because you get to know that this works. You get to know that this work actually changes you for the better, changes you as a human being, makes you more stable in general, and make it so that you do not break down. You always have something to wake up to. You are not afraid of life, you participate in life. And life gives you everything it has because you want to experience it. And when you want to experience it, life grabs your hand. For the better and for the worse, because we are dualistic in that sense. And life gives you both experiences, both comfortable and uncomfortable. Because only comfort gives you a straight up curve without any hindrance. And without hindrance, you will not have this pushback that brings you strength. Just like pushing a cart and you put rocks on it over time to make yourself stronger. It's the same with struggles and hindrances. It's a spiritual muscle, spiritual organ you are building. So, by overcoming struggles, by overcoming inner pain in the present moment, because we all experience these moments now and then, is to have dignity and know that this is karmic. This is something I experience so that I get to know myself. Yes, it is painful. Yes, it is uncomfortable. Yes, I just want to move myself away from here because I don't want to be in my own presence. But by strengthening your own will to truly want to participate, you do not stray away from yourself. You always stay here observing, you are always in the moment. At the same time, you do also use your thinking, feeling, and willing faculties. It's not like you are in the moment like a blank zombie. You are in the moment using all your faculties to deepen and strengthen and enhance and expand all of reality. It is like, instead of just trying to explore the outer world, you are evolving your instrument for perceiving the outer world. So the more you evolve your instrument, the more the outer world becomes deeper. It is based on how much you evolve your perceptual skills. Skills for perception, for observing, for consciousness, for thinking, feeling, and willing. When you build them, that is when life begins. That is when you truly start. Every moment becomes more or less an event. And you have choices to make, and everything is in constant movement, and in constant change, and in constant shaping and forming. The future, the present, and the past. And all of them intertwine with each other, making it a chaotic mess. But if you get to know the underlying and what they are, then you can start to place them and separate them a little so they don't become a meshed up chaos. It becomes, you see them as what they are so that you can grab a hold of the individual faculties you have. You see what I'm going at. I'm trying to visualize it. And that is what I mean. Evolve your faculty for perception, consciousness. Grow your own inner soul and spiritual life. And that is when the outer spiritual world is showing itself through your inner perception and abilities. Thanks everyone. May the divine and Christ and God and the hierarchy guide us all on this beautiful, beautiful path of being beggars of spirit. Love you all and thank you. Subscribe, like, and share. Love you.